One of the city's most loved musical groups, Delhi to Dublin, has released some new music. And anyone who has seen this band knows about the amazing energy and their distinctive sound. Well, Tarun Nayar is one of the founding members. I'm so glad you were able to join us today.
Gloria.
Now, is there any special message with this T-shirt, or you just
It was more, I was trying to match the chair color, but I'm a little bit off. So sorry.
It's good. It's good, but there's not any. We're allowed to just
No, we're
jump
allowed.
in there.
Yeah, we can get close. Yeah, totally.
Let's talk about the sound of Delhi to Dublin. Subcontinental pop. How would you describe that?
We were trying to figure out a way to describe what we do, and we write pop music, but there's an influence of Indian music in it as well, or music from the subcontinent of India. So we settled on subcontinental pop. We're the only people who occupy that genre at the moment. So there you go.
We own it.
Yes,
it's
ours.
We don't have to give you some space on that.
Exactly.
Okay. How did this all come together? I mean, you were going to just play one gig.
Yes, you know the backstory. Yeah, we've been around since 2006. It started off as an on-stage collaboration for Celtic Festival at what is now known as the Venue, I guess, on Granville Street.
Yeah. This is
and it went well.
2006, crazy.
It's a long time ago. We've been doing this for a long time.
So you do your first gig.
Yep.
You're saying, hey, maybe we've got something here?
I mean, we weren't a band. It was one of those festival collaborations on stage, and there was a few folks in the audience who saw us playing, and they decided they wanted that to happen at their festivals, and a year later, we were a band.
Okay, so what changed when you became a band, just in terms of the, I guess, the buy-in and the commitment?
We decided to write an album. Within the first year and a half of being together, we had played on Canada Day, opening up, the celebrations for 150,000 people, meeting our then Prime Minister, whose name I won't mention, and I think we sort of experienced success such that we realized we had to take ourselves seriously. Yeah.
Okay, well, if you were to describe, hey, I'm in this band, Delhi to Dublin. Oh, what are they about? How do you describe the band?
Subcontinental pop?
No, I know, but tell me about the band members and just sort of different backgrounds.
So three of us have Punjabi Canadian roots. So we bring that sort of Bhangra element to what we're doing. And one of us is a classically trained violinist / fiddle player. So whatever you would expect, Punjabi stuff is all about that like raucous energy, and there tends to be a lot of sort of dancing element. I guess the two great drinking cultures of the world combined,
Are you talking Irish? Celtic?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but we don't just do a trad thing. We're not about folk. We're really about pop music, and so we write pop songs that are sing-alongs.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's catchy.
Yes.
It's absolutely catchy. So, how would you describe one of your live shows?
I would say it's just like a high-energy dance party. Really what our message is about is coming together. There's so much fraction or factions in the world these days, and we believe that medicine is in the music, and that by coming together, even though we might have all sorts of political differences, we play all over the world. We play in the Deep South, for Trump supporters, and they get it. And to us, that's hopeful. That's a message of hope that despite our perceived differences in our brains, our hearts are actually connected.
And why is that important to you?
I think coming from an immigrant family, we all have experienced, different varieties of challenges in our lives. And I think that if we can sort of heal some of that stuff, then maybe the next generation will be able to come together and solve, the really important questions and problems of the world. Yeah.
Nice. So, new album. What's it like?
More so than any album in the past, we wrote a pop record. So it's really, really, really catchy, and it deserves to be played when the sun is out, on a day like today, when the sun is out with your windows of your car rolled down, or your bike. Yeah.
What's it like, to have such a busy schedule? You just mentioned you play all around the world. You have like 100 performances a year. Is that kind of an average?
We used to. One year we played 220,
and
that was a lot. I'd say we're now down at about 80, so it's very, for a working musician, that's very mad. It's like you go to work 80 days a year. You probably work more than 80 days a year. So
I do.
It's yeah, exactly. Like
yeah, but you got to practice in between, and is it taxing for you or any of the members?
I'd say at this point in our career, it's very manageable. Our singer has a child and lives on Galliano. Our drummer owns a couple of dispensaries in Nelson. and he lives out there, so we come together for gigs. But yeah, in the early days, it was a lot of work. Now we're, sort of moving into like legacy band.
Oh, not
era.
yet. Come on, not yet. So what does your summer look like in terms of touring?
In terms of local stuff that people here in BC can see, we're playing Canada Day downtown, the big downtown Canada Day.
Nice.
We're playing a festival in Invermere. What else are we doing in BC? We're doing a lot of stuff in Ontario. We're doing a bunch of stuff in California. Yeah.
Good. We want to play a little bit of one of the new songs, "Home," "Everywhere I Go."
Yes.
You want to tell me about that one?
Yeah, for sure. I'll set it up. Yeah, it's a song that we wrote and released on the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It speaks to our lived reality as being the kids of immigrants and how underneath everything, it's important to feel home.
Nice. Tarun, thanks so much for sharing
Thanks,
our
Gloria.
space today.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Right on.